My role as a senior mental health practitioner, my background is mental health nursing. Didn't really know much about social prescribing before I came into post. And it was one of the first things that I learned about and thought, oh, that really does sound like a good idea. Post pre-pandemic, like everything else, there was the usual barriers to referring on to groups and to other services. What if the social prescriber knows me? Who'll be at these groups? Is it confidential? What do you have to say? And usually whenever we get around those barriers, the feedback was very good, but that would be the usual barriers we'd get. I mean, we're talking about people's mental health and well-being, and they are private. I find since I've come into post, there is an awful lot of people who are that wee bit socially isolated, especially working in a rural community. In South Down, I suppose we're not as good as other areas about having groups and things for people to go to and dip in and out of. So I find the SPRING project very good resource for this. Just a couple of examples of people that I have referred in. People who have lost a job, but low self-esteem, low self-confidence, and really do feel that they just don't really have much hope for the future. I've sent those type of people for things like building emotional resilience, and they found that really good, really helpful. Also a lot of people who have had maybe a bereavement or who are very lonely, maybe out on their own and really not seeing many people at all. And they really are linking in very well with the service. And even some people would be getting phone calls from the SPRING project. They might not be going to the groups, but they might be getting emails and phone calls from people. And that's still sort of keeping them in the whole loop. I know one lady in particular doesn't feel able to attend groups at the moment, be they online or in person. And one of the social prescribers on a weekly basis posts her out things like word searches and mindful colouring sheets and that. And she really looks forward to that. You know, that really helps her to put her time in.